Greetings to the world, greetings to the universe, greetings to anybody taking time out their life to listen to this show. Hey, this is Cam. I'm still Cam, and this is still the Real Resilience Talk podcast. We on episode 5-9 over episode 5-9, and I'm coming to you from where I'm coming from. And I just want to tell y'all thank you for listening and anybody out there supporting it. This is a show about resilience. And as I always say, this is no reflection of or official affiliation with any official organization. No. These are just card-carrying humans using their First Amendment to express themselves. So, like I say, if half of y'all could be on TikTok doing y'all little dances and stuff in uniform, then I can sit here and speak freely about the subject of resilience and trying to help people be better. So, as I've said, resilience to me is to keep moving forward. Or as Sam Cooke like to say, keep moving on, keep moving on. But that's me. All right. But today I'm joined with a hell of a man, a great dude, a great warrior, somebody who knows all about resilience, who's been faced with a lot of stuff. I'll just leave it at that, stuff in his life, and he's chosen to keep moving forward. So today, ladies and gentlemen, I am blessed. We are blessed to hear the voice of the Rodney. Bob. I call him Bob. Some people call him Bob. I heard that through the grapevine. They call him Bob out there. What's happening, B.O.B. Rodney? What's happening, brother?
Man, just another day in Thailand.
Oh, in Thailand? What? You in Thailand?
I've been here for about 6 years right now.
6 years straight, y'all. He coming as international. Appreciate you, bro. This is a different time zone because I'm over here. It's about 9:14 in the morning. What? It's over there like 2,300?
No, 11 hours ahead.
Shit. I told y'all I can't do math good. Shit. All right. So what it's like? If it's 9 a.m. here on the East Coast, it's 8 p.m. there, right?
Yeah, 8 p.m. Friday.
Damn, I did it right that time. All right. Yeah. I told y'all I do math with 2 F's. Math. M-A-F-F. So yeah, man, 6 years straight in Thailand, man. That's crazy. You coming over here to talk to us, man, and share things. So thank you for your time, brother.
Man.
Appreciate that. So, hey, off the bat, what's resilience to you, bro?
Anybody that can help and pick themselves on. Like, to me, that's the best way. I mean, there's multiple things that, like I mean, a long time ago, and I was like, man, single parent, working 3 jobs, more than just that. It's hard stuff every day.
Yeah.
I mean, God knows I do. Everybody does. Everybody's got their own battle. And that's something I learned with age. A kid, I didn't care.
Yeah.
I didn't care about other people or their feelings like that. But as you get older, you're like, everybody's going through battle. You don't know what's going on.
Yes.
So just pick yourself up and keep on going. That's resilience.
So I'm talking about kick yourself up and keep on going. Y'all heard that, man. So, hey, I appreciate that. That's it, man. That's it. And I ask because everybody got a different definition, a different perspective on it or whatever like that.
Yeah.
But just keep moving forward, right? And what's your background, man? I know me and you, we know each other. We become friends through another friend that's close to us. But what's your background, if you don't mind sharing?
I grew up a lot of places in the Army. Ended up graduating in West Virginia. Went 4 years. Got out. That's how we met friends together. Some of them still in. Yeah, crazy, but they are. Started working in a prison for over 5 years. Got medical tired. Got a little crazy. So in about 2000, I said Asia, and I've pretty been here ever since. Here in Cambodia.
Dang, here in Cambodia. Dang, that's crazy, man. How you liking it?
Love it. The dollar so much farther. I don't put up with any BS back home. My country. Yeah. God, I love it, but crazy shit going on back there. Glad I'm missing out on all that. I want to read. I don't have to hear the news. It's
that's crazy. Yeah. I mean, obviously, like, you've been there for 6 years. I mean, unless you're in prison, I mean, which it doesn't look like you are from the scenery. So speaking of prisons, that's crazy though. So you actually, when you was stateside, you worked in, I know you served as, and I appreciate your service for serving as a Marine. That's how we know each other. And we know a lot of great people together through each other. Like they say in the civilian world, it's like 6 degrees of separation. Well, in the Marine Corps, the service as a general, man, it's like 2 degrees of separation. It's big world, small corps, though. And thank you for your service there. But like, you worked in prisons, you served in the Marines, you served all over the world, man. You mind sharing a little bit about that and how resilience helped you through those times?
I started off in 2000, my first duty station. I was a 312, decent unit. And I got cut orders. At the time, it's called MLE, liaison element.
Yeah.
but it's Anglico.
Yeah.
It didn't become Anglico a bit later, but when I got there, it was MLE because that wing beating ceremony on CNN or like a 99 or something.
Yeah. People always got to mess it up. That's why we can't have nice stuff, y'all.
I know. And I think that's stupid. I changed it back to Anglico. It was the thing before, though. We were there in 2002, and pretty much like a couple months into it, they're like, hey, on this float, this Mew. And that was an intense time, but yet it was some of the best guys I ever met. And I mean, I know some of them today, which is thinking 20 years later. Wow.
Yeah, man.
I mean, you had to hook me up, but still.
Let's not act like we ain't old here. It's 25 years later. Okay, don't talk about no 20. Old ass.
Man, I'm only 42. I mean, that fucking was like, yeah, I was 22 when I.
Yeah, man, that's crazy. That's crazy.
Sorry,
yeah.
I'm a little man. I'm that's why
man.
Hey, here. This is my second.
No stress, brother. No stress. Everybody's got to do what they got to do, man. It's a Friday night where you're at. Saturday, what? Yeah, Friday night. Yeah, Friday night, man.
Yeah, it's Friday night. But I'm
not
doing podcast thing. I mean, I did that one, and so nervous on that. I'm doing this one.
Yeah,
very nervous on this one too. I just know this.
Yeah, you ain't got to be worried about nothing here, man, but I appreciate you being willing to share, dog. So, Anglico, Okinawa, you went to overseas to OIF and things like that. Yeah, I was in
OIF in 2003.
Yeah.
And then we went to a little beautiful location called How many people heard about it? Because Iraq had just started before.
Yeah.
So Liberia wasn't really in it. So my float went over there. We did that. And then I came in about 8 months later, got out.
Yeah. Got it. Got out. I love that expression.
Problems when I first got out. When I first got out, I had issues. I was young. I didn't know how to deal with a lot of things, because I had to very quick in those situations. And so I just turned back then. And then when I started working also at 22, was one there. Even when I left, the youngest one there working. And those guys were, because all they did was drink every evening. And that's all I did.
Yeah.
Just smothered up for years with medication from the VA, drinking. I could drink a case a day. It was insane. And then once that, I was young. I was 27. And I didn't know how to deal with anything. Taking most medication I could. That's what it was. Really crazy time. They're all suicidal tendencies, actually carrying out one time. It went click. And then all the way up until I'm to Asia in March of 2015. Yeah, it's just what it was. I had to get out. I didn't know. And I've been on vacation now for 5.5 years, mate. Since I've been and I'm alive today than I ever did on my
man. Wow.
Older, I can cope with myself.
Yeah. Now that makes. I mean, I've definitely heard that from many people that and medicine has its place and it's each their own. It's what works best for you or them or whomever. But to know yourself and to whatever works best. And I have a friend of mine. Exactly. I got a friend of mine in Boston, man. He was on like 13 medications or something like that, and he started using medicinal marijuana, and he's on 0. He's just on that, So it's what works best for somebody. But the search to find what works, and then the search to be open-minded to find what works. I think that is a big difference with people making actual progress or not. And what's going to work for you ain't probably going to work for me, and et cetera, et cetera. It's teach their own. But to be open-minded to
that's
it.
True.
Yeah. Because I think a lot of times, and it sounds very similar to me in that we join service young. We have a background, and I know you have yours. And I think a lot of times what we lack, and I've heard this from many experts and things, is not so much that we're all mentally ill or anything. It's the fact that we go through some hard circumstances and we lack coping skills, healthy coping skills.
Right.
And I find that to be a common trend with many people in general, but especially with first responders, service members, people that are in the service world of some sort. Like, we want to help others and we never really learned how to help ourselves. And then we're met with things and, well, we only know what we know. So we, if you only got is a hammer, everything look like a nail, like they say.
Yeah, there's no doubt. Just, you're right. Not everything works, because I've told that people that I know are on heavy medication, and some of them guys really need it. And I get it. I just know what worked for me. Also smoke It's 100% legal for recreation or anything else. So, and I do that. I do drink now because I'm things from time to time. They don't pay me because I'm beautiful.
Me neither, bro.
Yeah, but I mean, nah, I'm 100% retired, but just in a different location and in your mind to tours and everything else. Let me adjust more than anything else. Sitting, because the last time I was in West Virginia, I was 32. I'm sitting in a camper, like a 7-foot camper, in the heat off because it's clogged up for and I'm just freezing. Christmas, and I was just like, I probably smoked about 4 grams of weed that day, and I'm almost finished a case of beer. Like, I don't really have any fans, so played a little game, and it went click.
Wow.
And I got to get, like, I got to do something because next time it's not going to.
Yeah.
Everything. I didn't even tell anyone in the States I was moving. I had a crack. Well, he went to crack at his appeal. He had airport. In my storage unit, I had a bunch of tools. Dude, just take it. Just give me a report to the airport. I'm out.
Wow, bro. Came that close. And like you said, it just happened to go click and nothing went bang. That's just crazy.
What it did was 2 different things. Time. But once it was a sign. I'll never do that again. I'll never do anything like that again. The way I look at it, like, man, this world is going to be kicking I came in.
That's the spirit, man. That's the spirit. Because we know, and I think everybody does to some extent. And if you deny it, that's fine. But if you're not supposed to be here, if you're not meant to be here, God, universe, whatever you want to call it, we'll make sure that you're not here. Yeah. That's right. But I love how you opened it up. It may even be before we started recording, but you were saying that, like, everybody's got something. It reminds me of, like, what Robin Williams talk about. Everyone you meet's fighting a battle you know nothing about. So be kind always, because you just don't know how your interaction or your comment or your, whatever is going to push them in one way or the other. And we can have a good effect or a bad effect. It's our choice every day on ourselves and others, but especially on others.
And you always get quotes. Quotes, man. It's like all you do long is just memorize quotes. And I wish I was that smart. Yeah, you do though. Like even in your book, man. I'm not gonna lie. I have not read a whole book. Great. I told you that. You thought I was serious. I got ADHD. I don't know. I can read. But I've been reading. Where does this man come up with? It's like you got some AI. Just pulls these quotes out of it every day. Get it? I mean, good luck.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, dog. Like, I mean, half of them I got tatted on me, right? And then I'm even wearing one right now on this shirt. It's Dr. King. Darkness cannot drive out darkness. Only light can do that. Hate can't drive out hate. Only love can do that. You know what I mean? But
he was a great man.
I have it all over. Like, I literally have to positively brainwash myself because it helps me stay focused and it helps me stay aligned. That's just what works for me, right? We're talking about what works for everybody else. But for me, like I would come across these things and I just started keeping a running log on either my skin, no lie, or on like notes on my phone. I have a little folder called like maxims, mantras, and nuggets and fuel to keep moving forward. And just I come across something, it could be like you say it or I say it or I read it somewhere or I hear it somewhere. I mean, everything from everywhere, from lyrics to songs to whatever. And I just jot them down, man. And I come back to them later when I'm real dark because as you said, I've had those thoughts. I've had those actions. I've went that dark place before. So in those moments, I kind of try to readjust and I go back to those things. And I have seen that for me, the more I have said them and recited them, the more they stick and then they help me kind of navigate my life. So, but that's teach their own, right? You know what I mean? Everybody's got a different journey. Everybody's got different coping skills.
My question is, and this probably ain't for the podcast, but one, because you have so many, man.
Wow. My favorite one?
Yeah. Wow. By the way, like you showed me and it looks like something off like it's Philadelphia when the guy's trying to explain it with about 1 million notepad strings attached. It's crazy.
Yeah, I would have to say if there was one quote that for me, again, everybody teach their own, but for me is I'll read it to you right now. I'm gonna go grab it right quick because I don't have it memorized yet. This is from Dr. Viktor Frankl. He say, "For success like happiness cannot be pursued; it must ensue. and it only does so as the unintended side effect of one's personal dedication to a cause greater than oneself, or as the byproduct of one's surrender to a person other than oneself. So that's it right there. Like you can't just like pursue happiness and joy alone. It has to be the byproduct. And usually, most often, that comes from being in service to others, or as a, like he said, one surrender to a person other than oneself. Essentially do unto others, right? You know, if I had to summarize it, but that's from me. And that, you know, I keep it right here. And it says right here on this list, bottom line up front, serve, right? And that's Viktor Frankl. And talking about struggle, not to compare, but that dude definitely went through some shit with being in the Holocaust and having his pregnant wife and his whole family murdered. Yeah. But again, comparison is the thief of joy, but it's also the thief of healing. But it does give you perspective sometimes to kind of be like, oh, okay, maybe my first world problem of not having good Wi-Fi right now isn't the biggest deal.
That's true.
Yeah. And I think the more we kind of go through things, we can choose. I heard Jordan Peterson talk the other night, man, amazing dude. And Dr. Jordan Peterson, that is. But he had said, you know, that bitterness and resentment, man, it only leads to hell on earth, you know, like you can be bitter, you can be better, and you can take these things and go through them and just waste it, or you can grow through them and try to find some way to find opportunity in the obstacles that we come across. And that sounds like you've done that, my friend.
One or two things in my life. It's been a crazy, looking back, I would have never thought I'd be 42. And I've did things even after I got up. I mean, I joined a motorcycle. That was insane. That's not normal, but I was that camaraderie. You know, when you out, you're always going to miss the guys. You can say anything, you know, to anybody. That it doesn't matter what the color is, race or religion or any of that. I mean, you're just friends.
Just friends.
Do the same shit together.
That's right.
You're brothers.
That's right.
And you always that whenever you get out, you know, just miss that someone has your and is always going to be there for you. You always look for it. My first job at the federal, and you know, I mean, someone was over to get a promotion. They don't care. It's all about that, and that was very disappointing.
Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
So I flew over to the next country, and 3 days later, I went back to that for a few years. Met my future wife and turned it all in. In a retired, settled life, little swimming pool, and 7 minutes from the beach.
Man, 7 minutes from the beach, man. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
How's that, dog? Living near the beach that close, like just having it there is medicine for you at any time. Because to me, the beach is always medicine, man.
Yeah. I'm about 7 minutes from one and maybe 10 minutes from another. Like I'm right in this like little nook, directly by the mountain. Now, the beach is very famous. So it's got a lot of tourists. Like, it's high season until beginning of May. I'm not trying to be an asshole, but I really don't the tourists here. They're young.
Yeah.
Same I would have been, you know. I would have been drunk. I would have been doing crazy stuff. But when you get older, you're like, be around them people because I'm going to end up at some point.
Yeah.
Because they're just here to have fun.
Right.
And as being a tourist, you don't care a week somewhere, 2 weeks somewhere. We're never going to see you again.
That's true.
Yeah, but I mean, I live here. That's going to come about May. So that beach is good to go then. You know, it's going to be easy, but it is not. You have to experience it.
Yeah, you have to experience it. Sometimes you just got to go through it to grow through it to be able to get on the other side of it. And it's good to learn from other people's experiences, but, you know, they say what time and experience are the best teachers and stuff, and you can't always substitute them.
It's true. Well, when I was in my early, I thought I knew everything. You know, I didn't know shit, man. I mean, I thought I did, but I was like, I didn't know anything. I was just a knucklehead kid.
Yeah.
I'm still learning. I'm 42.
That's right.
I quit learning the day I die.
It's facts, man. It's facts. There's a guy, Jason Vale. Anybody out there who, you know, wants to kick a bad habit or kick drinking or whatever it is, he has a book called Kick the Drink Easily. And in the book, he says that we're basically like plants. Same exact as plants. He said once we stop growing, we start dying. There's only two states. You're either growing or you're dying. And plants, you know, once they stop growing, they start dying. And we're the same. So I couldn't agree with you more, man. I think all of us need to be humble and open-minded to learning new things, listening for things from different perspectives, from different people that we may disagree with, however you stand politically, religiously, howeverly, right? To be able to be willing to open-minded and say, hold on, where are you coming from there? And I think that's the beauty of humans, because then through that difference in opinions or diversity or whatever you want to say, I think it's a strength and we become better. But you got to be open-minded and you got to be humble. And most of us don't become that way until life humbles the shit out of us. Yeah, bro. Yeah.
Not just once.
Nah, man. And now I'm at the point where I'm like, the more I know I don't know. And shit, I feel dumb as hell. You get to open up to how ignorant you really are, you know. And speaking of ignorance, a lot of it comes from where we come from. We haven't touched on that yet, but, you know, I'm from Virginia. I'm from the Old Dominion, getting all up in you from Virginia. But you from, they call it the best Virginia, something out there by God, West Virginia, right?
By God, Virginia.
By God. Yeah. How's
West
that,
by
man?
God.
And I know one of our best friends, we know through each other, and y'all knew obviously in the core, but y'all knew each other on the outside. So how was it growing up in old West Virginia, man?
Oh, we were poor. I mean, it was white trash.
Yeah.
Trailer park, you know, just, it didn't matter. Wasn't nothing to with their washer and dryer on the front of the refrigerator. You didn't have broke down cars. And not everywhere's like that. I don't want to give people from West Virginia typical, you know, on TV, because it's not like, and there's some very, very nice people there.
For real, there really is.
There is, wow. But, I mean, every state has that area. We just have to have more of that area.
Yeah. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair, brother.
That's the way, you know. Nah, it really didn't matter, you know, if you wore the same days in a row at school, because everyone did too.
Yeah.
You know, that's just how it was. Grew up always like respecting what I was getting. You know, like if I got a TV for Christmas, I 8-inch TV with one little V one time. Now I ended up going on and like losing it 7 months later, but I took so good care of it. Like I cleaned it every day because I didn't know if I was ever going to get another TV again.
That's fact.
I had to keep that one. More kids these days would look at that instead of, you know, dad's working 2 jobs, mom's working 2 jobs, and they're all the iPhone.
Yeah.
To me, that's just crazy. It's a different generation, though.
Yeah.
Very different generation.
Yeah.
Because the internet had been around probably 10 years. Houses, I didn't get it till after I got out of boot camp.
Right.
House.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I didn't even really know the internet.
Yeah. Yeah.
My wife, she had an internet here in Thailand. Yeah.
I hear that, bro. No, I definitely hear that. My first time ever sending an email was in Iraq. I'm not lying, man. First time I ever sent an email was in Iraq to my pregnant wife, and I was like, "How I do this?" Like I felt stupid. I had been on computers, you know, going to school and stuff. Yeah, I stayed one trailer one time. We had internet for a little bit, but I didn't even know how to use it like that, and then we didn't, you know. But yeah, a lot of people weren't exposed to these things directly until later on in life. Like I didn't have a cell phone until I joined the Marine Corps.
I'll say,
Yeah.
it's fun because
Yeah, I had a pager Smart Beat. It was like $2.99 a month.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true. That's a long time ago. But yeah, I remember coming in and I was like, "Can I use your phone?" And people like, "You ain't got no phone?" I'd be having to use calling cards, buying the calling cards to go to the phone center, which are obsolete now, right? Because don't nobody go to the phone center now. They all just empty most of them and tore most of them down. But I can remember going to the phone center with my little phone card because I ain't had no cell phone.
Nah, I went down to Lejeune, checked in 2000 pager. Made fun of me. Like,
yeah.
What? I'm like, I oh, you
Yeah. Yeah, good old pager. That's funny. Put it on your hat. Feel cool. Put it on the inside of your belt loop.
Yeah. Page goes off. Everything stops.
Yeah.
Especially star 911 on their ours. Better call them back.
Yeah. Star 411. They need to know something.
Yeah.
Star 143. She loves me. That's funny, man. But, you know, I'm glad that you said that about West Virginia because a lot of times there are unfair stereotypes. But what I've noticed, and I have a lot of some of my family and kin come from West Virginia. And I mean, some of my biggest heroes come from West Virginia between Nick Saban and Steve Harvey. You know, and I can keep going down the list. Jason Williams, Randy Moss. There's so many. I think the pressure and the circumstances just. I mean, it's how diamonds are made, man. You know, there's some strong. Y'all are some strong, warm people, and more times than not. I mean, I got a great friend of mine, Miss Becca. She's from there. Just strong people and good people with good natures, and a lot of stereotypes. They're funny and everything like that, but it's obviously not always fair to just place these things. But I will say, if there's one common thread I've seen, between you, Mark, so many others, is that West Virginia people are strong, man.
Well, I see. I heard a thing 2 years ago. When I was young, my dad was in the Army. That's when I grew up. I was born in West Virginia.
Yeah.
But he was active duty Army. So we lived in Germany and all them places. Alabama. I spent most of my preteen in Virginia. And of course I went back in West Virginia after the Marines.
Yeah.
And I never seen, I don't know. I'm used to the culture and how things, you're not going to have shootings there or anything. It's a whole different type of environment, but I haven't been enough in years to not know what's going on, because I have a foot back in West Virginia in over 6.5 years now.
When last time you stepped foot on American soil?
Besides a base or a consulate embassy?
Yeah.
Beginning of December 2018.
Dang, that's a long time. That's a long time, man.
Yeah.
That's a long time.
Yeah, I was only days.
Yeah. Do you ever miss it?
From Mexico.
Do you ever long for it, being away?
I miss Chick-fil-A and Walmart. Yeah.
That's honesty right there. Well, I'll tell you, some David sunflower seeds are en route to you. I do know that. I confirmed that package of it.
I love that. But yeah, I went to Singapore twice, base here past couple months. Completely sold out of sunflower seeds. I was so pissed.
It's the little things, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's honestly, it's a little, I miss some of the people living in another. You got to get used to the rules.
Yeah.
And how things and do things and everything. And it's going to be your liking. Something that frustrates American or anybody coming from an area. This law, and especially this, it's the right hand know what the left hand's doing. It's still considered third world. No, it's the best country in Southeast, in my opinion. I've been to literally all of them, except for Indonesia there in May. But it's, I miss the snow, and I miss some of the people. Definitely, man, I miss the food. Yeah.
Yeah.
About it. I miss being able to go to even like I said, Walmart. You can just I know what to buy, expect there. Here, we're lucky. We live next to a shopping place down like a UK brand, but there are areas that I've lived before in Southeast. There's not a damn thing. I don't really speak the language.
Yeah.
So that makes it a lot difficult. I miss the rules of the, because law and order. You know what you're getting.
Yeah.
You know what the Constitution and everything else. Here, they're going to do what they want to do.
Yeah.
Especially to you, bad.
That's scary right there when you don't have, we think about Constitution, we think about constitutional rights, and I know, everybody in America has something to say about this or that, but you really don't realize how many rights and protections we have, and not all of them are afforded to everyone else at the same time. That's why things like the ACLU are there, and there's things to protect us, but there's definitely some rights that we have in America that you don't just get anywhere else.
No, not at all. There's the biggest, I'm going to be shown here anyways, the biggest mafia in the whole country.
Yeah. See, that's I've heard that. And I'm sure we've had factions of that throughout our American history too, but there's checks and balances in place to kind of shut that down over time, hopefully.
Well, yeah, always going to have dirty cops anywhere you go.
Anywhere, yeah.
They're
dirty humans.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot small, and more civilized there.
Yeah.
Here, it's rampant.
Man, that sucks.
I can go down the street, I'll bust my neighbor in the face. I'd like to. I don't like him anyways. And it might cost me about $300 and a record of it.
Wow. And vice versa though too. So yeah.
I wish you would. I'd pay that $3 for.
Oh, that's crazy. Yeah, I've definitely heard of that, man. I've got friends that have lived in Central America, and they've driven from the United States to drive through certain countries to get to where their homeland is, where their family's from, and they've driven a car, and it was just like they'd get stopped along the way, and it was just like, well, you got to pay up. It's like you almost had toll money in your car, like an Easy Pass. It was just the way it was, and the cop wasn't gonna let you go unless you paid whatever. I had a friend of mine, he get locked up down in Tijuana for like a few days, and then eventually it just came to where they just wanted money, and he was like, man, I'd have paid you like 2 days ago if y'all had let me out sooner. They just messing with them to get money because they saw Americans, and when they see Americans, they see money.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I went to TJ 2000. I was with got robbed at the. Luckily, I went to the Navy base before we went down.
Yeah.
But those idiots decided to go to AT there, and they got robbed.
I don't doubt it, man. I don't doubt it. You really forget. I mean, and I guess that's the idea of what the word privilege is. Like, you have certain things you don't realize that you take it for granted, and you didn't really have to earn them to begin with. And there's a lot of stuff that we have in these United States that people will, you could debate. I think it's almost patriotic to complain to a certain extent, because everybody here, well, most, not everybody came here voluntarily, but most came here based on the premise of complaining about somewhere else and they wanted something better. So it's like in our bloodline, like, from Boston Tea Party to so on and so forth. We complain about things and we make things happen and make things change. But there's a lot of things that we are blessed with or privileged to have that we don't even realize we have in America. Yeah. Yeah.
Same hemisphere.
Right.
But it's still there long enough. I have a tie. I have all my documents, the driver's license and everything else, which a lot of tourists have, and they're basically looking to make money.
Yeah.
Not people that lack here.
Yeah.
So I'm more lucky. And plus my wife's Thai.
Yeah.
Speaks the local language.
She can sponsor you?
Yeah. She is my Google Translate.
That's so cool, man. That's so cool. Speaking of your wife, thank you to her for taking care of you, man. Because I know recently you've, as much as you want to share, but I know you've had a scare in life, and I'm just happy it's working out. And I know she's been there for you. So big thank you to her, because I know she keeps you moving forward. And humans can't do nothing on our own, to include moving forward. So we need other people, and I'm glad you got her and, that support there with you on the ground, because I'm sure it would be a whole nother experience if you didn't have her.
Oh yeah, she's a spit. She's a spice. She's a type. Not about it. A lot of days I can't figure out the difference in culture. Different, like these differences is especially compared to the Asian culture. I found out that one of the most beautiful things about the Asian culture is all about family.
Yes.
Well, in America, there's a lot of kids that have a family, and it's celebrate holidays because they don't have, and this and that. But no matter what, man, the Asian people, I mean, they do.
Yeah. Yeah.
Family's number one. That is a beautiful, beautiful thing.
It really is. Unconditional love. Like, they just deal with you no matter what. Yeah.
We're spoiled. We really are. You see the rest of the world. And like I tell, just go travel.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen some beautiful things that, only on a post. And I've seen some shitty ones that I never want to see.
How many? Yeah.
That's not big money. And I mean, that's below the poverty line. Bought that plane ticket. I had secretly. I lost $9,000 on a truck. Not to get rid of it. Didn't want anybody to know. I just needed to come here.
Yeah.
And I'll never regret it at all. No matter the bad here and what I miss from America, which I'll back next year. Yeah, the first thing I'm doing is get number one Chick-fil-A, extra pickle. Yeah, dude, I can't talk about it. I almost tried to pay the freeze dry and bring it over here. Whatever they do, that liquid nitrogen. Because, man, but
well, if it was McDonald's, we could just put it in a suitcase and send it to you, because apparently those don't decompose at all. So, yeah, but too bad it's Chick-fil-A.
There's one like 3 hours from me.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like 2 McDonald's, Burger King, there's a Subway, there's a Kentucky Fried Chicken, KFC now.
Yeah.
And that's really about it as far as it goes around me.
Yeah. You're probably better off for some of the things you just named off. Yeah, you're probably better off.
I don't know, man. Sunday morning after being drunk Saturday night, I want something greasy. It reminds me a little bit of home. It tastes like a Big Mac, tastes a little different.
Yes.
Still a Big Mac.
Still a Big Mac. Yeah. I noticed that when I was in Japan, that actually they're like chicken nuggets. And there's this, you get like a certain, I'm not trying to bring down the economics of McDonald's. Everybody can make their own decisions, but I'm just sharing my opinion. Our chicken, just specifically because I like to eat chicken nuggets and stuff. If I do go and eat that, like, I always feel like heavy afterwards. I feel like a resin or like a shit resin in my mouth or something. I don't know. And if I can avoid it, I will, because I feel like a hangover afterwards. But when I was in Japan and we ate chicken nuggets at McDonald's, I ain't feel that, man. It was like a cleaner product, and it was different, and it didn't have that same resin. So I've seen that firsthand. That even some of our places and establishments, not only do the other different things on the menu, but also the way it hits you is a little different.
Yeah, well, like the chicken for most of the fast food restaurants in Thailand.
Yeah, that makes a difference.
And same as Japan. I'm sure those come from Japan because they're not going to send chicken from America.
Yeah, who wants that?
I guess
shit?
it maybe if you're on a military.
That's true. Yeah, it's all
Yeah, because they send
steroided up.
everything from the U.S.
Yeah, yeah. Awesome.
So yeah, it tastes completely different. Over here, we have a lot of McDonald's that have rice, white rice.
Yeah, yeah. Good old
and
Gohan.
you can get spicy.
Yeah, spicy rice.
Oh yeah,
That's good. I don't know. Thank y'all for hanging around. Hey, this is part 2 of episode 59 with the one and only, the rambunctious, the one and only, the resilient, the relentless, the B.O.B., Mr. Rodney. How you doing, player? You still doing good?
doing good till it kicked us off.
Yeah, it did. It did. It's all good. We gotta be grateful for technology because internationally, right now, you're in a whole nother world, a whole nother side of the world, not a whole nother world, a whole new world. Sorry, but a whole nother side of the world. And we still able to kick this, so it's easy. I just go through, chop it, bridge it, and chop out whatever. If the other one was successful, so we was talking about. I believe we was talking about being overseas and being appreciative of the things that you have there as well as the things that you got back here in America and the little things. Am I right? Am I still on the same wavelength?
Oh, yeah. Well, we was on the topic of food in other countries, but yeah, it's the same thing. Again, I do miss the country. I used to work on guns. Yeah. Actually, a gunsmith.
You was actually like, for real, that was a trade, like a gunsmith? Or was it just something you messed around with?
No, I have a degree from technical school.
Oh, snap.
Yeah.
Wow, brother.
And fix people's rifles for hunting or whatever problems they had. Shit ones one time. One guy, I like unburied one, fixed it. And I do it for, because I make as much money as I am now. And then I got into the whole, pistol instructor back too. So if you had to do a weapons course, you'd have to come through me. So many other people but you at least had to go through an 8-hour instruction course. And I can't do any of that. So that was my hobbies, shooting, ballistics, everything. I really got into it for many years and you don't even own a gun here.
Oh, wow, that's true. Yeah. Wow. Yeah, that's definitely got to suck right there.
I can go buy one right now. I can't own it.
So you could buy it, but where's it going to be at if you was to buy it?
Ought to be my possession, but 100% illegal.
Oh, I got you. Oh, yeah. There's always that. Yeah, I could go buy cocaine right now too, but I got you. Okay.
yeah. It's
illegal
concept, and it's probably more of a crime than if you buy it here anyways.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt it, man. Some of them other countries. So to any Americans that are hearing this or anybody in, similar nations as ours, which ain't too many exactly like America, I guess what we're speaking here on is to be grateful, be grateful for the things that you do got, because whether it's rights or some of our foods or some of the hobbies that we can enjoy and thrive in, they just aren't an option in some of the places. But you also gain things there too, like some of the things you described already. So, but teach their own, right? But there are some things to be grateful for wherever you're at, but especially I think in these United States and having that Constitution that you supported and defended, and so many that we love and have lost their lives to defend and protect. So it's something to be grateful there, counting your blessings. Gratitude is one hell of a drug, everybody.
I wish more people lived like that, though.
What's that?
Well, I mean, just be more gracious where you're at and what's going on.
Yeah.
I see so many people get upset about things in life, and I'm like, man, so much more out there that can make you upset.
Yes.
Just why get mad at stuff?
Yeah.
I never want anyone to think, oh, man, he doesn't like the U.S. or anything else. People have even asked me that over here.
Yeah.
I got my one off over here.
He's good.
Wife's
man.
playing with it.
I love it.
Yeah. Don't worry. You go.
She gonna fuck you up.
Yeah, no doubt. I'm getting ready to get karate kicked.
Yeah, she gonna whoop your ass, boy. Yeah, but I do agree with you, man. We get wrapped around the axle on things, and more times than not, brother. And this for anybody out there listening too, we get to worrying about and stressing over things that we can't even fucking control anyway.
Still do the same thing though, man. I'm always, even now, it sucks. Like I'm always planning and then have to replan, and I think maybe that's a military. There's no doubt about that. I mean, I didn't make a career of it like you and some of our other friends did. I mean, it was as an 18-year-old kid, you know, and I mean, it taught certain aspects in life. It changed me to a point. It changed me 100%.
Yeah.
I was never like the motivator in the Marines, you know, like if someone was on a hump or something, I grabbed their gear and helped them. We all in this together. We got to get together.
That's right.
But I had the sleeves and, or hurt, just doing crazy stuff. Never like I was more always laid, always knew who I was. But
yeah,
a lot of aspects as far as how I plan, how I think of life, the dangers in life, the respect of other people.
Yes.
Yeah. And it like that. It turned me from a kid to.
Yeah. No, those things matter, man. And I love that you share that, because not everybody is, this archetype or that exact archetype. There are many people that contribute to our success and to the mission and to just being a good person, being a good warrior, that aren't out front of the formation, that aren't, the platoon sergeant or that type of role, but everyone's role matters. Everyone matters. And we're all links in this chain. And as you said, whether you were given the example of being on a hump, being on a hike, and you take somebody's gear, because we in this together.
Yeah. Yeah. Gotta be. I mean, we're together.
Yeah.
That's why I always seen it. I hit and I had a level heads underneath me, and I wasn't on them, I was just like, hey, rules, this is what's going on.
Yeah. No, it's good, but you could tell, I could tell at least from knowing you and getting to know you as a human, that whatever you were leading or affecting or impacting, you was doing it with empathy and with, taking care of people. And that's what we do, because it's like it or not, we all we got.
I'm always been, and even now I'm that way. I mean, but you, especially when you get older and you come up, like I can't give everybody, and just in America too, but there's so much more over here than America.
There is.
I mean, most of them grew up really poor, like sweeping dirt floors.
Yeah.
Stuff I didn't do.
Yeah.
But that's in their culture. And it is what it is. I've had to be more over the years, but I'm the first one always someone help. Now, normally, but I ain't gonna change me.
No. And people take advantage, and there's shitty people, and like you said, there's dirty cops, there's dirty people that work at Costco, there's dirty people in Thailand. There are some dirty humans all among us. We have no short supply of assholes in the world, but that doesn't mean to blanket statement everybody, and it is something to appreciate. I read a lot of Rumi. He's an ancient Arab philosopher and poet, and he has just like short little nuggets, man. And one of them, he says, gratitude is wine for the soul. Gone. Get drunk. That's the quote. From middle timeline of I think 14th century, 15th, something. Probably, I'm dumb. He probably was alive at a different time. Anyway, the point being is the dude's words are still influencing things today, and there's gratitude is wine for the soul. Go on, get drunk. So I think if nothing else in what you've expressed right here as far as being overseas makes people appreciate and respect more. And when we say poor in America, that's a whole nother definition of poor in other places.
100%. I mean, and you won't see that. You'll see it on TV, but the same too. You experience it. You get the smells, the sounds, actually what's going on around the stickiness.
Yeah.
And then you start to realize you got families here that get TV, never even have TV.
Yeah,
they sleep on a mattress every night.
Yeah,
we're not talking like a good rollout mattress. We're talking like one that looks like a little, and then it flips out and it's maybe 2 inches thick at the most.
It's probably a yoga mat for most people here.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. See, to me, that's also, I guess, what you call resilience, because they're still making the.
Yes.
So when I see people complaining, man, you have no clue.
Yeah.
Like life could be so much worse. Not.
Yeah, and that's so true you say that, because I think there's a place to like complaining in the sense of, I said earlier, it's almost patriotic for Americans. It's like woven into our blood to complain, because that's how we make things change. But to the point where you ruminate and you become bitter and resentful, like it's good to state problems and say, okay, there's some stuff we need to work out. But I think there's a way to do that constructively and then move out and then move on. Whereas so many of our brethren and sister in America, they just sit in that muck and just keep complaining. And it's just like, dude, what are you getting out of this? Like, this isn't, you're having a pity party. Like bitterness and resentment, as I said, Dr. Jordan Peterson said the other night when I saw him speak, it leads to hell. It really does, man. And then along with that comes pride, arrogance, and all those other things that usually just don't amount to a lot of good things. And you got to count your blessings, be grateful, and fix what you can, but you keep moving forward, dog. That is resilience.
Got to. No doubt about that. If you're not helping, just see it. I'm very grateful for being here. I don't want anyone to ever say, "Hey, you hate," because by God, I don't.
Yeah,
hell, I do. Some of the things that happen in the politics or anything else, because I don't like that either.
Yeah,
as long as the bot to the U.S. dollars, my paycheck every month, give a shit.
Yeah,
I don't care who's in office, what's going on, but find a center ground. Your beliefs are, no matter what your politics are, and that. Okay, work through that thing, push through, no matter or whether it's or just work. Now I'm not gonna lie to you. Hang out with my neighbor, whole different ball game. Yeah, but your neighbors, just friends, whoever. I hear all crazy stuff that someone, this person voted for that person. Now Thanksgiving no more. That is crazy.
It really is, man. If like we got to be able to, it's okay to disagree, but it's not okay to be disagreeable. And then it's okay to disagree, but we can still coexist. Like we've been doing this since the beginning of the time. Like where that comes to where I can't associate with you or I can't be family with you no more. That's sad, bro. That's sad.
Same thing you got COVID. I was here for COVID.
Yeah.
I didn't have a choice. I had to take shots.
Yeah.
There was zero choice here. You had to work. If you did not, you were going to get in trouble. I mean, it's a military state.
Yeah.
But I've one of my neighbors he recently from America about 6 months ago. He was telling me it broke up whole families over vaccinations and
dude, it's real. Man. It still echoes right now. There's conversations that come up where people just kind of drop it in there, and you're like, okay, all right, well, and it's I think we just have such a lust for negative. It's crazy just to be stirring the pot. My pop used to say, man, when people gossip and stuff, have other family members come over, they sit in a circle, drink sweet tea and smoke cigarettes, drink coffee and talk shit. And he'd be like, man, it's just stirring the pot. And he's been known to gossip as well, but he'd be like, you know what happens when you have a pot of shit? If you have a pot of shit, the more you stir it, the more it stinks. So what the fuck is the point? You know what I'm saying?
True.
And so many people, it's like they, is your life that boring to where all you can do is complain? But a lot of people are deflecting their real responsibilities. And I've been there. I've done it, right? And they yelling at the TV or this administration or that rule or whatever it is. And outside of voting, you really have no influence on it. But you ain't floss your nasty ass teeth. You ain't wash your ass. You got shit stains in your drawers. And you ain't help your kid with their homework. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You ain't take your dog for a walk. But you got so much to goddamn say about what's on the TV that you can't even influence. It's like, it's a way to deflect and neglect and then protect your ego is what I see a lot of times, especially in American culture. I can't speak for everywhere else, but in American culture, man, a lot of deflecting and neglecting just to be protecting their ego and their righteousness, which we all a little fucked up. Let's be real.
Oh, there's not a person out there in the world that's not.
Yeah, man. So when I work on that shit,
not going to happen.
Nah.
Too many people are selfish. It comes down to.
That's what it boils down to, dog. Being selfish and greedy, man. That's where most of our problems derive from, is being selfish and greedy. And in some way, that pride, that arrogance, it comes down to that. But, humility is a hell of a thing. And it's something to have in life. If not, life will humble your ass.
Oh, sometimes people don't learn. Yeah. It happened 10 times. People don't learn. Don't get it. I'm all about my past mistakes and mistakes and moving forward.
Yeah.
And it took me many mistakes. Everything I've made, even in this country, I actually made a mistake. He didn't sit down and told me, hey, do this or anything else. Like, I go out on that limb and let that limb before I realized, oh, shit, I can't.
Yeah. Yeah, man. Yeah.
And life is, but people just don't realize that. To me, it's, and when one thing is the world watches everything. If something in America, man, I got a friend from England, I got a friend from, and that's all they talk about. Oh, it's America. My neighbor back behind me, he's from Israel. He's always asking me about the war. He's like, oh, what's America going to do? Like, I have a friend for the president. I have no clue. You know,
let me text my boy right quick. I don't know.
Hey, DT, what's going on? What are you doing with Israel?
What's up, player? What's happening with that? My boy, my neighbor, he wants to know. So, what's up with over there FaceTiming the commander in chief? No, it don't work like that, player.
They do, though. They do. Every country watches us and watches what
that's true. That's very, very true.
Oh yeah. BTQ thing going on in America, then England does it, and then Germany does it, and it just rolls out through that. It's what is America doing? If you look on any news channel right now, Al Jazeera, BBC, because I actually see those at nighttime. The thing isn't about their country; it's about America.
Yeah, no, I don't doubt it, man. I mean, too much is given, much is expected. You know,
one of my friends, we were in a club together, talk. He lives in England, and every time he calls me, it's all America's doing this. America, more about what America's doing, what I'm doing.
Yeah.
And dude, I don't even know who your minister is, and I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like is it still Tony Blair? Oh, you know, is it Margaret Thatcher? I mean, who cares? You know,
yeah.
You want to sit here and lecture me for 5 minutes what's going on in the state? I give a shit.
Yeah,
like, you know, it is what it is, and a lot more American people felt that way. Did vote, because that's the thing. I didn't vote this year. I can't say shit.
Yeah.
I can't shit at all. Like, I can't sit here on one side or the other because I didn't vote. That was my job. Get out there, vote. Change that.
Yeah, if you don't like something, change it.
Yeah, you have right now. When people argue there's lobbyists and this and stuff, and yeah, I do believe that to a point. But voting, okay, that is one thing that's true in America. Like, you go vote, that vote might be. I know you go to the next country over, it's 100% rigged. Yeah, they only have one party. You can only have one party. So
that's so many choices there. Check a box. Oh, check that box.
and you have to make you vote too.
Yeah, I believe it. I believe it.
I was there for 2.5 years. Crazy. But in America, I mean, vote, change it. Like it, change it. Don't bitch it.
That's right. I couldn't agree more. And that's to however you feel out there, listeners. You know, we ain't even swaying nobody in any direction. But it's like Maya Angelou said, man, if you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, shut the fuck up. No, she said change your attitude. But really, I think if I talk to her now, if Maya Angelou was still here, I wish she was, because she was an awesome woman, awesome human. But she said, if you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude, right? But I think she also meant to say, if you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, shut the fuck up. You know, because so many people just run their goddamn mouths, sensationalizing things, but you ain't taking care of your own shit. And if you feel so compelled, go run for office your damn self. Go see what it's like. You know what I mean? Teach their own on that. But I think we too often, it doesn't matter about what it is, whether it's sports or whatever, we use these like opiates sometimes in life to distract us from the things that we do have control over. And there is enough in your circle of control that will keep you so busy if you just focus on that, you know, so busy. And then what can you do to help things? What can you do to make things different? That's what we're trying to do right now with this show. There's something that you've said today, or hopefully I've said today, that will resonate with somebody and help them. Like, instead of just talking shit and stating the problems, it's not hard to do that. We got enough pundits doing that for us. We can state problems all day and be a critic or leave shitty comments on other people's posts. But what are you doing about it? Are you being part of the problem? You're being part of the solution. I'm all about it if you want to be neutral and just hang out and do what you're describing, you know, like, I didn't want to. Okay, cool. But you're also not sitting over here giving me rhetoric and lecturing me on this or that or the third either. You know what I mean? So it's, you know, make choices, make good choices. But are you part of the problem? You part of the solution? That's on all of us to answer every day with our actions, not with our fat ass mouths. That's my rant. Sorry.
There's no doubt about it. It was a good one too, though.
Thanks, brother. I appreciate that. I do want to talk about, you said in the first part of the recording, I'm hoping I could bridge these two together, but, and I know I can if I'm able to edit and uploads right, but, you said resilience is, you keep moving, you keep going, right? And what's some ways in your life, man, like in being all over the world, being in the Marines, working in the prison system, is there anything you'd like to share, like an example of where, your resilience was sustained or you kept moving? I know you survived suicidal ideations and all that stuff. So resilience has definitely been a theme throughout your life and still is today. But is there anything specifically that a time or something you'd want to share?
Been homeless. Yeah. I lived in a shipping container in Washington with no power and no water. Yeah. Just sleeping on an army cot. That was it. I made the best of it. I got to out every 3 or 4 days. Go down to a person's house, take a shower, but heat. And then that's when I would go and go buy me like a case of beer.
Yeah.
And I'd eat them David sunflower seeds.
Yeah.
I had a best friend whose name I Buddy. He was a ground squirrel. I'd feed sunflower seeds. And I'd sit out there and drink beer and talk. Got over that. Got real quick. And it was a situation I didn't want to. I was put in that situation. And I told myself, no. So I saved up what I and moved. I was just happy to actually have a shower. It's the little things you miss.
Little things, yeah.
Yeah. You walk in there anytime you want, take a shower. Like I couldn't do that before. Flick on a light switch. Couldn't do that. I had to bed unless I had a campfire or something. I'd have to go to bed when it was dark.
Yeah.
When it was the first light. So I've been in a lot of bad situations. And always have to keep moving. I know you've heard this before. My she was on a lot of stuff. I had to cut her out of my life.
Yeah.
And that's a hard thing to do.
Very
parents.
Hard. Yeah.
Or other things. And I've actually cut all my out of my life other than a few cousins. Because it turns out later on the road, it's more than blood to make family. And people said that, but it does. And you just got to, and that's what I've done. I've pretty much people left and right. I mean, if you ain't making the cut, I want to be around you.
Yeah. 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 That's very hard to do, but some of it is so true that some of the people that quote unquote we have as family based off DNA actually can hold us back, man, or make us a worse version of ourselves, or literally don't really want the best for you. And that's sad.
True. It's true. So, I mean, I myself by the people, family now.
Yeah.
When I was younger, man, I mean, really upset over holidays because I was always alone. Your 4th, 5th Christmas alone, just drinking beer, or even one time when after I was retired, weed. And You're just like this ain't no day. All that shit, keep going. I don't care if you got to wear haters to get through this shit. Keep going, no matter how deep it gets.
Keep going.
And that's the best advice I can give anybody. I mean, it's gonna get shitty.
Yeah.
But you end up coming clean on the other side.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I couldn't agree more, man. I've racked my brain with these things in life. I think we all get to a point, and maybe it's because we are in a peaceful place in world history where we're not like, how do I eat today, and how do I have shelter, and not have this other village come and steal my family and make us all slaves and stuff. So pretty fortunate for the in the span of human history to be living when we are, where we are, how we are. But so it's a privilege. It's to be able to stop and go, the cosmos, and why are we here, and this and that, and why do things happen? Because, in other times in history, they didn't really have time to think, or there was more necessities that came to the forefront of their day that was like, we need to survive, and we ain't got time to be doing poetry and shit. You know what I'm saying? So I share that because the one thing that I've come to a conclusion to in expressing my gratitude for the time and place we're living in now is that the only sense I can make of something like a 9/11 or babies dying, or just the fucked up shit that happens in this world where I want to go, why? I think sometimes the only reason why we go through things is so that we can help other people through them later on, because I'm sure there's been things you've been through that you've had to earn a certain lesson that you can eventually share with someone else. And last time I checked, humans don't do anything on their own. It usually takes us working together. So that's the only sense I can make of it, to try to find, a silver lining, if you will. Not to say I want those things to happen or those horrors or tragedies happen to anybody, but if anything, it definitely hits different. Like if somebody was going through a hard time financially right now, for you to talk to them, being that you were homeless, being that you did live in a shipping container, given that you did, you hit rock bottom, for lack of a better expression, or the worst of worst in some people's eyes, and you kept moving forward. That hits different when you talk to them and share things in your experience than if I or somebody else that didn't go through that did. You know what I mean?
So, and I'm willing to talk to anybody about anything. I've tried helping people for years. Don't want it, and that's okay. There's an age I didn't want old heads talking to me.
Yeah.
I guess now I'm the old head.
We are the old heads now, bro.
I never thought I'd say it, dude. 20 seems like yesterday, but it's not.
Yeah.
But now people talk to me about the same thing years. I'm like, nah, man, I know. 25, I know what I'm doing. And I talk to anybody who wants to listen. Don't a bit. My life's an open. There's some things I can't talk.
Yeah.
Whether it's some military prison, I can talk about anything. Don't bother me a bit. There ain't too much I can say the motorcycle club part.
Yeah, no, that makes sense. Yeah, no, I mean, that's just. But the thing I love about what you're saying is that you're willing to give people something that you can never get back, which is your time and your experience.
True.
And you can give somebody a liver today, and you can ask for it back in modern medical, science and stuff. I could loan you money and I can get that back. But once you give somebody your time and be willing to be there for somebody, man, I think anybody out there who's received other people's times, man, be grateful for it, because it's the one thing that we spend as a currency is time, and we don't know how much more we got left of it. So when you give that to somebody, it's almost holy, you know what I mean, to give somebody your time and then your effort and your attention. It's that good old T. My man Lopes be talking about that. Carl Lopes, he talk about T, time, energy, and attention. Chandra should be talking about it too, but time, energy, and attention is holy, man. So if people give it to you, they're willing to, man. Be grateful for that, for real.
Well, you never know when you're going to. I mean, tomorrow's not promised. What was it, a month I thought I was dying?
Yeah. Tell me more. I know about it, but if you don't mind sharing it, man, that's hard.
Now that it's over, at the time I wouldn't have talked about it.
Yeah.
I talked to you about it, and very limited people.
Yeah.
No, I was having stomach issues. I mean, I'm only 42, and stomach issues. So I went to the Internet Hospital here. They got like 2 here. They did a CT scan, and then I had a tumor in my colon, which is, 42 is a young age for colon, but it does happen.
Yes.
And I know what that means too. I mean, I've known people.
Yeah.
And so we got to do a colonoscopy. My wife was in there when he's telling me, and like I was out of my body, and I was with him, and I was, Doc, am I going to die? Yes.
He just said yes, matter of factly.
He was a shitty local doctor. Enough said. Said yes, and then he asked if I smoked cigarettes. I said yes, and he said, well, that's cause of cancer. So right there, boom. I mean, he gave me like the death sentence. I'm 6 months, man. Year tops, depending on what state. I don't know shit about this.
Yeah.
So we decided we're going to fly from here to Bangkok.
Uh-huh.
They got a really, really nice hospital up there. It's the best in the world, actually. It's crazy. Went up there. They did everything. It's an infection.
Mm-hmm.
So for about 5 days, dying. It was. I'm thinking in my head, how am I going to finance this for my wife? Am I going to Deadpool on her and fuck the door because I don't want her to see me? No one in that condition. I'm thinking, I can lose some weight. Or see me lose like pounds, and I can't move myself. And it was going through my head for about 5 days until the doctor told me, and still not sure about it, and you got to come back for colonoscopy. So I just did like 2 weeks ago. Went to the same hospital up in Bangkok. They pulled a bunch, but they said fine. Everything was non-cancer.
Wow.
I'll see you in 5 to 6 years.
Wow.
So, yeah.
That's staring. I mean, in today's world, when you have, so many Marines, I think a lot of it will be proven in time and history. But being in OIF specifically, I've lost a lot of people to cancer post these last few years. Like a lot of young people too, that you would just. So when you had told me about it, and I knew where you had been in the world, and we know a little bit about each other's lifestyle. I was trying to be as positive as I could, but to me, I was like, I'm glad I took the call because you definitely were looking death in the face. And if I'd have been in your circumstance, I think anybody given our history, I would have thought the same thing. I would have been like, not to be negative, it's just being realistic. And I remember just how rational and you were with it and just how you faced it. And you were like, yeah, man, that's probably it. And you didn't do not at all am I trying to say you made anything dramatic or anything like that. You just like said the circumstances and was like, this is what it is. And anybody today, when you hear that from a fellow Marine, knowing where you've been, knowing history, and then the way that doctor said that, matter of factly, I was like, man, this is not fair. This is not right. But I'll tell you, man, you looked it right in the face, man, and you held it together. And I give you much respect because at the time you didn't know that it was going to come out clean. So you don't know how people respond. Like Dr. King said, the ultimate measure of a man is not where he stands in moments of comfort and convenience, but where you stand at times of challenge and controversy. That was about as challenging and controversial as it can get, to where somebody looks you in the face and say, yeah, you're going to die. And then be like, just a quick little lifestyle. Oh, you smoke? Okay, that's why it's your fault. And then you just like left with that in a whole nother world. That's just, what's the shit that was going through your head, man? Like,
I mean, when he, like I said, I felt like I was out of my body. Like, holy shit. And I don't have instances in my life.
Yeah.
And I've been through some crazy, but that was just like, I could see anything about it here or anything else. But when it comes to me, I don't want to know.
Right.
If it wasn't for me having issues, I would have never went to the doctor.
Yeah.
I'm just not that person. First time I've been to the doctor in years, other than like test or something,
Yeah.
And even when I came out, like went to the pharmacy, look behind me were all the nurses. There was a nurse station, and I all the nurses all day. They're giving me injections and all the CT scan and stuff, and their face was even down. And maybe it was just me head, but I was just like, I felt like a dead man walking.
Yeah.
Like, oh man, this really, really sucks. Like they know exactly what the scan said. They know what the doctor said. Wife cried. I felt so sorry for her, but everything, because I took it a lot better than what she did, because she didn't think of what to do. And I'm home, like it was the most silent ride back from the hospital. But when I came home, went over my little corner and kid, I was like, "But you one time, got to be a man. But let's try to figure like what's step 2."
Yeah.
The prognosis. Doctor done tell you which is the most thing in the world. What he said. I mean, he didn't do any of that. Now that I know, like he had to do a PET scan, to see what stage of cancer. Oh, he just said it, dude. It was like, it was like, can I buy a dozen eggs?
So
that nonchalant.
Like, yeah, you gonna die. Oh, okay. Shit.
Yeah, you're like, holy shit. And I was supposed to be that night, and I ended up drinking a liter. I was just to deal with it. I'm like, man, tonight's mine. This might be the last time I get to drink, and try to sort through some things. Woke up next morning. All right, what do we do?
Yeah.
We decided to go to a hospital, which thank God we did.
Yeah.
But the whole time I said, how am I going to take it? I wasn't thinking about me. I didn't. I was life, like I said, kicking and screaming.
Right. Right, for sure.
Yeah, I don't give how bad the pain is. I ain't taking these. Fuck that. I've been through too much. I'm going straight for what it is. It could be in the hell. I'm going forward. But I was her. That's all I can think of at the time. But for her, I don't know what I would have done. I mean, I scared Mark.
Yeah.
Because Mark knows me. Mark's known me since a kid.
Love you, Mark.
He's like, yeah. I talked to him before I went on the show. Yeah, but I'm glad you're married, because I used to be a little wild today. There's no doubt. I mean, That's how I got the nickname Bob. I got Marines. It was fucking fun. Yeah. And from Anglico still know me as Bob. I talk. Oh, you gave me his. Still, yeah. Oh, Bob. Yeah. You know,
Yeah.
Sergeant Major. Yep. Bob. That's been years. Yeah.
Small world, man. Smaller core. How's it been since then? Like, and now knowing that you're on the other side of it, it's not, you know, fatal. Has it given you like a new lease on life and just like a renewed, like, I mean, because not many people get that opportunity to face it, to have that going through your head, to be there where you were that night, you know, just being like, well, I got to get these things in order. And da-da-da. I remember talking to you too. You were so matter of factly about it. You were like, I got to get this in order. I got to get that in order. You were like down to like my body, ship it. I'll probably just handle it here, you know, but now knowing that it's cleared for now, right? I mean, we never know, right? The bomb could drop on us right now, sinkhole, whatever the case may be.
Mm-hmm.
How is it now for you on the other side of it?
And I have got a new lease on life to say, but it wasn't, I've always been the same. You know, no matter how something got, I always just tried my best to get over it.
Yeah.
Ever since I was a kid, what it was, even news like that. Okay, well, it didn't happen, but if it does happen, I've already thought it out. I've already thought out what I have to do.
Yeah.
Which makes it simpler than what, because I didn't have it planned as good as I thought. For this, I'm like, okay, do A to get to B, B to C,
Yeah.
to make sure my care of. Definitely die more now. You know, that was one of the, I came home, I was looking at a cloud. I don't know for what friggin' reason. In the hospital, I was looking at a cloud. Yep, I ain't gonna see that one. That sucks.
Mm.
And I really felt that way.
Yeah.
So now I catch myself looking more, thinking, you know, I'm taking more of the little things that I really did before.
Yeah.
But as far as personality, I don't think anything can.
Yeah.
I didn't wake up and, you know, go on Sunday. Nothing in that sense. I do take more little things, more pressure than I guess what I did, because it's busy with their life. Then will just stop your life like that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you learn.
Yeah. Now, I think it's beautiful. And I didn't hear you at one time and throughout it all, since then too, before then too, but like, I guess what I'm really trying to like tie like a bow is you wasn't complaining about shit you could control during those few weeks of that scare. And so many of us, when you're faced with such a reality of our death, like how much of this shit are we wasting our time on? Just like you said, like having that new appreciation, a newfound appreciation for just the clouds, just the little things. And it's beautiful. And not many people get the opportunity to go through that. And nobody wants to, right? Because it's obviously really shitty and I don't wish it on anybody, but just speaking to someone who's been there like you have, man, it's just, I'm hoping that somebody else can get like, wow, what if, you know, and what is the shit that I'm wasting my time on? You know, all the complaining, all the negativity, all the bitching, all the whining, all the just bitterness and stuff, like that shit kind of goes out the window when you're faced with something like that.
And the fact is, I did it to myself. I wasn't to blame it myself. I wasn't like, God, why me? Why me? No. Dude, I hadn't been to the doctor in years.
Yeah.
I didn't fill out and I've had the same now for 20-something years, that I've, and I still have it, fill out an overseas claim form. Hadn't done it.
Yeah.
I mean, to go get a simple test, it's like maybe $100. It's so cheap. I had to file insurance, but when you start procedures, now you got to file in. I did that. Never even knew how to do it, but I did it to myself. Reason, like I said, I didn't go, so I was to blame. Mm-hmm. It was the monkey was on my shoulders.
Yeah, I
was just disappointed in the fact that it would affect what I have now.
Yeah,
if I was a single man, you know, I'd always plan on when I was, because I spent so many years alone too. The many years I've been a hermit,
right?
You know, people wouldn't even be once a week, and that's going to the. I was happy to be alone. But now that I have somebody and I love somebody and be there for them, I have to put all my thoughts and all into that.
Yeah,
I was married once many years. That was many years ago. I waited over 20 to get married again.
Right,
and that's all about was what can I do for her. You know, what is the best for her in this? Not about. I did it to myself. And that's the way I felt about it. I mean, it's like, wow, this sucks. So, I'll got to die. But I kind of thought maybe it'd be another 20, 30 years.
Yeah.
Not just now. I wanted to be able to wake up one day and pee and not know who I was. I'd rather die in 40 years than die at 40 colon cancer.
Right.
It's kind of at it. Which no way, I wasn't trying to put Alzheimer's or dementia. I'm not trying to do that. But the whole time, how can I take care of my wife? So much I need to teach her. Different in structure and stature. We've had different lives. I can smell us miles away where she doesn't. Me, they must be nice. So I was worried about that. Like I talked to someone, I was like, when something happens to me, can you on a straight and narrow for like, a year after that? Make sure somebody don't come swindle over. I gave her money and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Because I wanted the best for her.
Right.
And she's not stupid by it. She's very smart, but we very differently.
Yeah.
As us as Westerners, that's what we are here. We're foreigners. Anybody that's not Southeast Asian is a foreigner here. And so many people here, even Americans, like, hey, where did you work? And I'm like, God, like, where you work? Oh, for the government. I can't talk about it. It's the type of people you meet here. They reinvent themselves.
Yeah.
They were, the nerd lived in his basement back home, but he ex-CIA, Secret Service, Special Forces.
Yeah, buddy.
They do. They reinvent.
I'm sure.
I was scared about that sort of stuff, I'm just glad it all turned out the way it did. I'd sit here. Well, even if it's sitting here doing this with you, I'd probably be drunk, though.
Yeah. No, it's a hell of an experience to go through in life, man. And I think the world's better with you in it, no matter what side of the world you're on. And I'm glad it worked out. And you got we got more time with you, and this world has you for more. Because I think you're a good soul, brother. I really do. And you've been resilient through tons of stuff. And for anybody that doesn't know, Voices in the Silence is our buddy Mark's show, and Rodney was on that show as well. And you expressed some things on there, man, that I listened like a child listening to like a superhero talk, and I was just like hanging on every word. And you've been through a whole lot, man, and many of us have, right? But you keep moving forward, and you really do. It's one thing to say these things, but I've seen you in such trying times still do those things. So talk is cheap, action's everything. And I got nothing but respect for you, man, and I'm happy you're still around. Put it like that,
Well, I appreciate it. There's a couple out there that don't.
We all got those, buddy.
I ain't got any of them.
Yeah.
Any of them, but it never bother me. Because pretty much, if you don't, because you did something to me.
Yeah.
I ain't looking. I know anybody. That was one thing that I about being an MC. That, all the time over stupid shit. And, nah, I don't miss it. I miss hurting people.
Right.
That was never me. I was never one of those guys. I mean, I don't. You to me, I don't care. Who's gonna fight you, but fight for no reason.
Just malice, just evil, just wanting to cause harm. Yeah, nah.
What me? I had to do it. I always felt like shit after that.
Yeah. Because you have a soul. Because you have a heart. Because you have a heart. People don't realize that sometimes when we're forced to be put in situations, you may not want to live with the person you are now after. And I know many people, man, who they hate themselves for things that they've been forced to do. So all we could do is keep moving on, but trying to learn from those things and not voluntarily put ourselves in positions where, hurt is the aim of the game. And I've just, some people, you kind of birth demons inside yourself that you don't want to live with. And that sucks. But you got to keep moving forward and hopefully avoid, things of that nature to do it voluntarily. Right. Because I think that's actually Dr. Peterson, who was talking about the other night about Cain and Abel. He was talking about the story about Cain and Abel and how, Cain was living in hell after he killed his brother. He was living in hell, like just his personally convicted. Like, I can't believe I did that. And then he went to a whole nother depth of darkness because of that. And I never thought about that story in that way. But like, sometimes you don't do malice. You don't hurt other people, not just to obviously not hurt other people, but you gonna hurt yourself because you have a conscience and you have a soul. And,
I did
there
every time, dude. Every time. I remember the first time I got out of the hospital. Man, it just freaked me out.
Yeah.
Just freaked. I didn't know I had that down inside me.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, one thing if somebody runs their mouth. I get so mad I don't care at that. Just for someone to say, hey, hang around, go hit that dude in the face. And I'm thinking, I don't know. He ain't done nothing to me.
Yeah.
And honestly, he didn't do anything to me there. I was there the whole time. Like, no, they just want to test your, hey, hit him in the face. And pretty wild. And I didn't, ashamed because I was like, man, that ain't me.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So there's certain things that even as a prospect after that, I wouldn't do. I'm like, nah, I'm not doing that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I've already showed my loyalty up. I ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Ain't me. I ain't gonna stoop down to that.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, I'll do anything else you want, but not that shit.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I totally feel you, man. And karma's a bitch, so there's that too, right? It's not just how you personally feel about it. So I do believe there's a certain balance to everything, that if you do right, you get done right. And if you do wrong, it might come back to you in certain ways, you know? But I've definitely been a hurt person who's hurt people before, and I regret it. And I think if we don't deal with our stuff, it deals with us, and we may turn into that person that actually hurt us. Just the sad cycle of the rhythm of life sometimes, and you got to deal with your shit.
No, it's true. And like I said, everything I've ever learned, especially overseas, I had to go through it.
Yes.
You know, I would honestly listen if they're listening and you want to come to the world and you haven't traveled the world. Now, I might not go to the you're going to, but I can predict what's going to happen. You know, it's that what people are going to, maybe the scams you need to watch, everything else. Because I've been to Europe, I've been to Africa, been all throughout, I've been to Australia, a couple places. Keep your mind open. I've met some awesome people that don't even need to leave the country. They can't make it out. It's on the person's personality.
Yeah.
Is whether or not they can go explore and everything. But one years ago had told me I learned the hard way. You know, hey, life, this is going to happen, and this is what you should do. Instead of me doing the wrong thing and then, damn it, I did the wrong thing again.
Yeah.
I've done that so many times. It sucks.
Yeah, it does. It does. It does. And sometimes it's out of convenience or ego or arrogance or the circumstances, but like you do always regret it. And that right there is hell on earth, that pain, that bitterness. And you can either grow from it and say, I'm not doing that shit again, or not being like that again, or, you know, you can continue to live in hell and seep into it. And that's just, nobody wins when everyone's losing. Put it like that. It's not cool.
Grow. Best advice. No matter what. I mean, I'm sitting here been rambling. We're talking like we normally do.
Yeah, this is how we
like
talk
I have
anyway.
no clue if I'm. I know, but I don't even know if I make it to anybody. They're like, man, this dude just. I don't care.
Nah, I love it. I think it does make sense to anyone. And you never know who stuff makes sense with. You know me, man. I'm all over this stuff, trying to promote all this different stuff and reach and everything. I realize that not everybody, well, I don't realize, I fucking know that not everybody likes what I do and not everybody feels it. That's cool. But there's somebody out there that hears you today, something you said and the way you said it and giving your background and your tone with it and your experience, it's going to resonate with. And, you know, I've said this many times, man, our egos, we really, as good people, want to help as many people as like a Dr. King and have a million man march. And Mark says it often too, man. But really, if we could just reach one person, you know, somebody hearing your story who's scared of rock bottom right now, who may be faced with something and going, you know, I'm going to be homeless. I might have to flee wherever I'm from. Well, look here, man, this dude's been homeless, had to flee. It didn't have to, but left and went overseas, like the most rock bottom circumstances. And you're still thriving and you're still alive. And there's something to be said for that, because some people just feel like, oh, this is going to be forever. Whatever you're going through, it's going to pass.
I had to flee once. That's how I became homeless in the U.S. Yep. In 12 hours. Yeah. That was pretty crazy. Some went down. The company was trying to $1,000 for me a month. Got to take my passport. I said, nah, I'll move tomorrow. Another city. I'll give a friend of my passport to police. Jumped the border. Went to Bangkok, flew. Came. Then ended up going to Mexico after that. And then once the shit all cleared, I went back to Cambodia to take business. And of course, there's no record of any of that.
Right.
It was just some police once.
Yeah.
They were going to take my passport. So I was gone. I don't know. I guess everything went down to midnight. About 10 the next morning. Had to leave more than 2 bags that I brought with me. So yeah, I've left everything too.
But it passed. It passed. And all the material things, okay, so what? You got hustle for $9,000 on the truck, but you needed to get out. But like, Denzel says, he says, you never find a U-Haul driving behind a hearse. It just doesn't happen. None of this shit we can't take with us. We can't take none of this stuff with us. So I share that, and I'm glad you shared, and thank you for sharing it, everything, because the things you've described today would be like hell to someone else and would be like, this is it, this is over. And they would contemplate hurting themselves or not being around anymore, not thinking that, hey, this will pass. I can rebound. I can get back up. I can keep moving forward. So I'm glad you shared it and illustrated it with everybody, because you're proof, man, that you can keep moving forward. And even at your lowest points, you've had a failed marriage before, you've had lonely moments, and you've had homeless moments. Maybe it was all gearing you up to where now you appreciate the bride you have right now. You know what I'm saying? But you couldn't see that then. I'm not saying that's exactly what it is, but you just never know who or what is coming down your road of life. So that's why I'm so big on hoping that people can prevent thinking of taking their own lives or making permanent decisions over everything that is temporary, that is our worlds, right?
No, it's true. It's true. It took me 10 years. Again, I was 32 camper last time, and I haven't felt that way since. And all 20s, I mean, I went on a Mark's podcast. I had to stand with police. Yeah, I was ready. That happened when I worked at the prison. I've been through just about every situation. Imagine. There's nothing that bothers me anymore. Let it come down right now. Take. Okay.
Yeah.
It is. I don't really get excited about anything like that. If I myself now, even 10 years ago, I wouldn't want to listen to me. Because I was my darkest time. Yeah. Or I thought it was my darkest time. And no matter what you say, you don't know what I'm going through.
That's right.
And it's bullshit.
Yeah.
And everything you say is wrong because I feel this way. And, tomorrow is not going to be sunny. And tomorrow is not going to be that sunny. But it eventually will be sunny.
Yes.
That's what you got to go to.
Yes.
This whole, because you're depressed and thinking about suicide night. The next day is not going to be all chirpy birds and sunshine and rainbows. So it's still going to be hazy. It's going to be a little shitty, but you will have them rainbows and birds and sunshine.
Yeah.
But if you take yourself out now, shit.
Yeah.
And I ain't getting in the whole hell or whatever they say you're going to hell. It's okay with that. I never cared about that.
Right.
It bothered me because I think I'm human. But man, it's not worth it.
It's not worth it. Please hear him when he says it's not worth it, y'all.
No. But again, listen to me. Now, 10 years ago, because I had a place.
Yeah.
And we've all had a place, and you don't care what anybody says. You can read motivational all day long and this and that, but when you're depressed, and nothing's going to, but know that one day it will get better. Man. I don't give a shit. I have 10 years of bad luck. It's impossible. You can't have just everything and take the small stuff away.
Yeah.
If it's something big, it's something big. I get it. But man, there's been times when I wasn't homeless, friggin' ramen noodles. Yeah. So there was one Christmas I ate nothing but ketchup packets. I only had ketchup packets. And it was shitty. But it was. Here. I did some crazy shit when I was in the military. I get back from there and I had friends do some stuff. I had one friend kill himself. Couldn't handle how he came. I get it. Really sad at the time. Being a younger man, I mean, made a pact. I get that. I guess OIF is what it was called. Some bad stuff happened and he just ended up dead. And I hated him for it. I understood him at the time. But looking back now, I wish I could have talked to him more. Yeah. Wish I could have been there more, been more supportive. Yeah. Instead of just being like a sarcastic asshole was to each other, Like I wouldn't seen him with that after all what happened. And he was like, "Hey, Bob." He was one of them knew me as Bob too. "Hey, Bob." I was like, "What the fuck are you doing, Dom? I told you not to go.
Yeah.
You're married with a kid." And he was all jacked up. And he was like, "Look, I'm from West Virginia. I missed teeth because it hit his, he's missing, but his two front teeth still had his jokes. Fuck, I'm from West Virginia because I missed teeth. Fucking dumbass." I gave him a hug. Well, what I could. That dude was crazy. He got his purple from Obama. And Obama, White House, he's in his wheelchair. And he said, "You know what I told you?" I said, "What?" He said, "George W. would have gave it to me." I said, "Holy shit." To the president of the United States when he gave you Purple Heart. He's like, "What are they going to do? Legs?" I was like, "Oh, my.
Man. Yeah.
It just depression got him."
Yeah.
And I would have seen that. Because he was, dude, I don't give a shit if he's his whole body. Just a great dude, a great person. This earth a better place. Didn't see it.
Yeah.
But he was mentally okay and he wasn't.
Yeah.
And I do regret. And there's a lot of people that do that. They fake that that they're okay. Robin Williams, same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, that dude, he'd bend over backwards just, but he had demons. And it's the same thing. Everybody has that.
Yeah.
Feeling that way, talk about it.
Yeah. Yeah.
It sucks. There's times I don't talk to anybody. It's hermit. I really try to do things of my own, but nah, man, if I just would have known, he'd still be here. So if it's having problems, talk to
Yeah.
what you can do. Man, child, I don't care what you are.
Yeah.
There's so much in life that, I don't know, makes life. There's going to be hard times. There's going to be good times. But you got to get past the hard times, get good times.
It's so true. And sometimes you don't even realize they're good times until you go through them hard times, Like a good time for you now, given your recent experiences, looking up at the sky, seeing them clouds that you maybe thought you weren't going to see again. You just don't know what's coming down the road of life, y'all. And I know yesterday I have a friend. She lost a Marine. Right in my own neighborhood, a guy lost his Marine, and to anyone out there listening, everything you just shared was spot on. So I thank you for sharing it. And then, but the pain, I could hear it in your voice, man. Your whole cadence changed when you talked about the loss of this friend, and then being like, I wish I could have. I wish anybody out there listening right now who's contemplating such a thing, you leave everyone with that, and your pain ends, but everyone else's begins, and it never goes away. And that shit affects generations. I've had
14 years
generational suicide in my family, and it echoes for generations. And you can't see it right now, man, but it'll pass. This too shall pass. You can't see it right now, but at the same time, if nothing else, your pain ends, but everyone else's begins. Do you really want to put everyone else through that? And I know that when people are in that dark place, they're not thinking like that, and they don't purposely try to hurt people. They just want their pain to end. But I promise you, my friend, keep pushing. It will change. It may make you a better in some way, the pain that you feel right now. I mean, I had a friend, I was talking to his bride had just passed away from cancer recently, and she's gone, man. And I spent time with him down in this last week in Atlanta and in Birmingham, and I love him. I love you, man. But he, about 10 some years ago, about 13 years ago now, his previous marriage had fallen all apart. And he was devastated, man, at that time. But he sat there the other night, and I was talking with him, and he was like, man, everything happens the way it does in life. But if that marriage had not fallen apart, he would have never met the love of his life, his second marriage, and had the time that he had with that individual. So you just never know, right? And you never know, what kids can come of it, what experiences you may share, what light you may be to somebody else. So I just ask everybody, whatever you call it, everybody calls it something. If that, God, love, the universe didn't want you around, trust me, it'll make sure you're not around.
Don't play it off. I mean, you walk out, hit by a bus.
That's it, man. Sinkhole. That shit's scary. You're just sitting where you are, and you just fucking disappear. If that's what was meant to be for that person for that day,
Oh, yeah. It won't happen the way it wants to happen. There's no doubt. No matter what nation is. I mean, look at the old nation movies. It's going to happen
Yeah.
if you're not be there. And I mean, that's no prophecy movie or anything.
I think it's pretty damn spot on, though.
Yeah, you ain't supposed to. It's going to get you.
It may not be right now, but it's going to get you. So, I mean, while you're blessed with it, you have this thing called life that is so precious, which, you know, I think it's like I think I heard somebody describe it, a scientist described it as, you have a better chance of winning the lottery than you do of being born in the world. Like, that's how unlikely it is for human life to actually exist, right? Not only that, but for any of us carrying that American citizenship, being born by default, you hit a lottery ticket right there that many people die for and strive for, and you just have it.
Yep.
You hit the lottery. You just hit the genetic lottery. You were just born with this, you know. So I'm not trying to throw it in anybody's face or say, yo, you're not grateful, you're whatever. You're going through a hard time right now, but please know that this hard time will pass, and it may just prepare you for the next thing to more appreciate it or to be able to help somebody else through it. And that's all we could do with this human existence thing. And it's going to be shitty. It's going to be shitty. That's life.
Yeah. Put on your waders and keep on walking.
What'd you say?
Put on your waders and keep on.
I love it, man. Just keep moving on. I'm telling you. Has it been?
Well, I mean,
got to. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, just to be born like that. What about being born? So many are not. So many people have problems, medical problems.
Yes.
Else. I mean, just be of sound in mind, and you can move your appendages and just the things that you don't take for granted. People take for granted. I mean, I get from now on time. I can't move my ankle, dude. I feel paraplegic for a couple.
Yeah,
and that's just a small. There's people out there missing their whole leg.
That's true.
You know, things go through on a daily that gout ain't gonna go if they look and their leg ain't gonna grow. You know, that's the way things. Just be lucky who you are, where you are, and how far you came.
Yeah. Yeah.
Once that gets hard, keep.
I couldn't agree more, man. And I think there's something in there too with when we stop growing, we start dying, right? So I don't know, like for me, I hit a lot of depressions when I'm not learning things. And it doesn't mean like books and like studying or college or anything weird like that. But like if I'm not directly involved in something to where I'm learning from something or being challenged, I go to a real dark place. And I think it's maybe it's my own bias and my own way of thinking now. But like, if I stop growing, I kind of start dying in certain ways. So I just think there's so much, man. Like I had a friend of mine come on here, Keith, a few months ago, and he said that we have like the Library of Alexandria at our fingertips, but we use it for bad instead of using it for good. There's so much out there to learn, to try to experience. There's tons of motherfuckers that go out and help, tons of motherfucking humans, right? I think we're 80s babies, so when we was born, it was like 3.5 billion people in the world. Well, we're about to hit 8 billion here real soon. You know what I'm saying? So we ain't no short supply of other people. There's shit around you right now, wherever you're at, that you could help and be a help to, or there's ways that you can learn and grow. So maybe shift your eyes to that. And we can avoid that downward spiral, and we can stay left of bang, and we can stay left of that downward spiral by, you know, we said it this whole episode, and I shared the quote from Rumi, but gratitude, man. Like, I think there's an ancient Greek little expression, or maybe it was from Rome or whatever, but they would tell people, like, let's just think if we was on a basketball court, and it was like, everybody put all their problems into the center of the court. You know, if you could tangibly touch them and hold them, and you just put all your shit, right? The expression is that by the end of everyone putting their shit in there, most of us would want to just take our shit back when we see everybody else's, and we're like, oh, let me get my little this, or let me get my little ankle thing back, or let me get my little that thing back. And my point in saying that is not to be pie in the sky or whatever. Maybe I do positively brainwash myself, but I think with gratitude, when you can list out things that you're grateful for on a regular fucking basis, it does shift your eyes and your lens of your eyes and how you look at the world to try to find things to be grateful for and to write that shit down, right? And you start slow. You go make 15 things a day. At some point in the day, write 15 fucking things that you're grateful for, because you have them. If you're breathing, and you're, especially for anybody listening in the U.S., you got a lot of shit to be grateful for. The simplest things: hot water, motherfucking AC, fucking water, just clean water. That's something to write down that somebody else is literally dying for or having to hike a mile or something for every day. But that's something you can put on a list, and then you start looking for it. But I do the same thing with comedy, bro. Like, it's something I can't ever master. I suck at it. I'm trying to get better at it, right? But it also changes my lens to try to find the funny and shit, because I'm trying to write shit down. So gratitude and humor, man, it really can help a lot, man. And we all got something to be grateful for, right? Another rant from Cam, sorry.
You're pretty good on, and you only quoted a couple people. Swear to God, though. I mean, you amaze me on that.
Thanks, man.
Yeah, and then you got your bookcase and everything. Thing on these podcasts, everybody's got nice bookcases and stuff. Dude, my garage is behind. This is the nicest spot I got in the house. Like I got this in this house. This came from Bali. Look behind you. You got all your little.
I did have this, right? So I use this if I do virtual stand-up or if I host open mic, I put this behind everybody. But it's bricks, and I got an affinity for bricks because, like, Will Smith's whole brick by brick, it all adds up kind of thing, right? You don't seat out to build a wall. You set out to lay a brick the right way, and you do that over and over again. You build a fucking wall, right? So long story short, I keep this as symbolism. But to your point, I was in this room, and my wife was like, your shit tacky. Everything looks so goddamn tacky in there. You know what I mean? So she had got this little cheap ass little bookshelf and then just she was like, put all your shit on there. Like, your shit is just messy in there. So yeah, I guess now I am but before it was just looking much like, people like, oh, he get a brick wall. No, man, it's some fake shit. $10 off Amazon. What's up? But then the little bookcase, she tried to clean this shit up and she was like, you gonna be online with that shit? That shit look tacky as fuck.
I thought it was real. I didn't even look at it when I said, oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, well, I'm in my Don.
Yeah.
I don't have any place around here. Yeah, you see, like I said, this little thing, a neighbor horse right behind the friggin' garage, dude. But I see these podcasts or anything on the news when I watch, because I select what I watch news. I just don't turn on and watch everything. I read whatever. Everyone's like, I'll have these nice little things. Look at the book I read. There, and then and then you see this.
Fuck, I'm so right now.
No, everybody, dude. I don't get it. Or something's real nice. They'll have like a family portrait.
Yeah, it's true.
Wearing a little tie right there. And I'm like, holy shit, dude.
Knowing that in the camera frame they ain't wearing no drawers. You know what I'm saying? People stand up and they wearing some other shit. That shit's funny, dog.
No, I house shoes and underwear, but that's okay.
That's cool. Yeah, that's cool. I got some Adidas jumpers on with some house shoes. Yeah.
But I don't have no fancy. Look at that. What is that? Bruce Lee behind you?
Bruce Lee right there. That's original right here. My uncle had given this to me. This is from the Tao of Jeet Kune Do. This is one of the original prints right here. It's so old, man. But this man, anybody out there, Tao of Jeet Kune Do, man, I love Bruce Lee, dog. I love that motherfucker. He's not a motherfucker.
Here he is.
All right, so yeah.
Looking at everything he's read, how smart he is. I ain't got none of that shit.
I got Dr. Seuss right there, though. All the places you'll go. Yeah. But then here's my inspiration right here, too, right? So I got some inspiration. Dr. King, Bruce Lee, and there go Eddie Murphy right there. I love Eddie Murphy, man. I love him. I love Charlie Murphy, too.
Yeah.
I love Charlie Murphy, too. His brother was funny as shit, man. God, Charlie Murphy's so fucking funny. I miss that dude. Man, that's so good, man. Yeah, but these are the things I got to do to keep myself going, man. And got my little Superman. Everybody got to have a hero, right? And I got my little son up there, too. This one was on the basketball team last year. Yeah, that's my dude right there. Yeah. I try to keep shit behind me, man, like to keep pushing me forward, But I love what you got behind you. Just like in this house, we're real. We make mistakes and we say we sorry. We are crazy and silly. Lots of fun. We give hugs. That's the real shit. That's real life right there. I love it.
Yeah, my American neighbor, Thai wife bought it for us in Bali.
That's tight as shit, man.
Just hanging up in our little dining room. Little spacious 2-bedroom, 2-bath house.
You need those reminders, bro.
No, but it's nothing crazy. But to me, damn, dude, it's like the nicest thing I've ever lived in.
Yeah.
Like I'm proud of, someone else looking in my, it's this, dude. I live in Thailand. I can go US dollars right now.
Yeah.
I can get drunk in US dollars. What more do you want? I'm 7 minutes from the friggin' beach.
Bowling!
I got a little 3-wheel cart. I sent you pictures before.
Yeah, no, it's beautiful, man. It's literally beautiful, man. I tell you, one of the nicest houses I've lived in was in Japan, and it wasn't that big, but it was just everything you needed, and your money goes further. And no, I love it, man. And like, what do you really need anyway? Like, these motherfuckers that have mansions and shit, to each their own. But like, what the fuck you going? How many shits can you take in all these toilets? Unless you run in like a shelter out of your house or something. But like, what's the fucking point? You can't take none of this shit with you. How much do you really fucking need? You don't need all that shit.
We own it. That's the beauty.
Yeah.
Cost me like $100 a month or and like $3 a month.
Wow. That's crazy. They might just.
And that's running aircon.
Wow, dog. That's paradise, bro.
Because it's hot. It's 95 during the day right now. Because
Yeah, no, yeah, it gets hot over there. It reminds me of the song. Well, Sam Cooke sang it first, but then Bobby Womack dedicated it to him, and he sang it. He said, "That's heaven to me." You know what I'm saying? Like Sam Cooke, man, I love him, dog. He got beautiful song. Everybody, keep moving on. He say, "Keep moving on," you know. But he also, change is gonna come. Oh man, so many hits, dog. We're having a party, you know.
Wait, hold on. What? Hey, B. Sam Cooke. How you like with the tattoos?
Oh no, that what do you mean, like Sam Cooke?
Dresses like a girl. Has.
Oh, that's
Is that
Prince,
who you're talking
dog.
about?
No, that's Prince.
No, that's Ted Swim.
No, got tattoos on his face.
Oh shit.
Swim.
Who got tattoos? Post Malone?
No, she likes him too.
Yeah.
Yeah. And he was in Phuket a couple of ago. She's like, I wanted to go. I have to hit him in the face.
No, it's not Sam Cooke. That is
I love it, man.
Malone.
No, not Joe
Post
Malone.
Malone.
He said Post Malone too. You talk the guy you like who like a girl. Is that not Sam?
Oh, Sam Smith.
Does
he?
He
Be singing too. Yeah, Sam Smith. Sam Cooke old though. He was in the 50s and 60s.
Yep.
Face tattoos at Sam Smith?
I don't know.
It's Post Malone.
Post Malone got the face test though.
Quit talking about Post. I'm telling you.
Oh man, she's so sweet. That's awesome, man. Hey, but you know,
Yeah.
if Americans are good at anything, we good at making some art.
Oh,
Yeah. There's no doubt about that.
That's for real, man. That's beautiful, dog. Oh, my brother, man. I tell you, dog, thank you for this time, man. Thank you for being willing to share shit with us, man. You just never know how this is going to help somebody else, dog.
I hope it does, man.
I think it will.
Been pretty much like an hour and a half of me rambling, and you set me straight every once in a while.
I love it.
Nice bookcases and doing all your and doing good quotes and everything else. Like you're 100 times for me, so don't ever say you're not.
I turned this shit into a fucking karaoke and a quote session real quick. He's like, no, that's not the artist I'm talking about. Well, he also sings Another Saturday Night at, you know. Like, that's not the motherfucker, but I just keep singing and shit like a dumbass. I put the high definition in ADHD, so there's that. Yeah.
I could see that in CD too.
Oh, fuck yeah. I got all the D's, dog. I got a whole bunch of D's. Yeah. I got a lot of D's in school, too. That's why I only finished 8th grade, but that's a whole other thing. And I eventually got my GED. Told you I got them D's, baby.
You do got a lot of D's, no doubt.
A lot of D's, bro. But hey, I think we've gotten into it a little bit, but if I always ask this towards the closing, if someone's out there right now, as we speak, they happen to be listening to this, which I hope they are, and they're contemplating dying by suicide, taking their own life, making a permanent decision over there, obviously temporary circumstances, because everything is fucking temporary, to include us, the earth that we're on, the ground, everyone we love, we're all fucking temporary. But if they're trying to play God at that moment and think about taking their own life, what would you tell that person if you could say something to him, brother?
Say something to him?
Yeah.
Call me. And if you can't get a hold of somebody else that'll listen.
They want to.
It ain't worth it.
It ain't worth it.
It ain't worth it. I mean, dude, you can look me up on Facebook. Hard to find. Go to your page. Look me up from that. You want to do
Yeah.
it? Let me. I don't give a shit. I will give you my.
Yeah.
Because it's worth it in the end.
It really is. No, it is, man. Fuck, man. I appreciate you saying that.
There's a lot better people to talk to than me. I mean, talk to you. There's so many people to talk that has been through this shit. Some shit.
Yeah.
And that can help you through it. I'd rather somebody talk than, well, you sent that about that UFC guy.
Yes.
Irish guy. I don't watch too much of that shit either. Yeah, dude, he was right. He said was spot on, you know, brother, you cry on my shoulder today, next week. He was fucking.
Yeah.
Like I was like, okay. I've heard, but I don't really know who he is. Yeah. But it's spot on.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
It was, man.
Yeah. I don't give a shit, man. I sit there and drink beer, talk more than when I can talk like I am today. We'll get real down and dirty. Give a shit. Yeah. My time out for that.
Yeah.
If it gives you another day, a whole new outlook on life, and then you never again, the best advice I can give you.
I love it, man. I appreciate it, dog. I really do. And I think it reminded me of I had this board up at this unit I worked at in Japan, and everybody participated in it. And I had on there, what would you say to someone contemplating, suicide? And somebody had put on there, I'd rather hear your life story than to hear your eulogy any day. And I was like, damn, that's real. Like, and there's people that want to, but for anyone out there hurting, and maybe I'm talking to myself in the past too, people aren't fucking mind readers, dog. We're not mind readers, and we're really good at acting and putting on a front. So you might have been doing that recently, but dude, people want to hear from you. People don't want you to make a permanent decision. They really do. And you know what? If you call somebody and they're an asshole and they don't want to hear it, call somebody else. Call 988. Call 911. Call something or someone, because there's somebody out there that's going to fucking miss you, and they're going to ask themselves the rest of their lives, what could I have done? How could I have done this differently? Don't put that pain on somebody else, man. And not to mention the good you can still do in this world, because you don't know who or what is coming. I'd rather hear your fucking life story than ever hear your eulogy or read your obituary. That's facts.
100%. With that. Will it work? If it just gets 1 out of 100, happy.
Amen.
But I don't want to see 100 either.
Nah, me neither.
Man, I want to see 1.
Exactly. Once.
But if it changes just 1, you did.
Yeah.
And that's all that matters.
It is, man. Thank you for that, and thank you for sharing that. And you know what, y'all? I've gotten to know this man real well. He is as real as it gets, dog. You can love him or hate him, but he going to be B.O.B. Rodney until the day he die, and he just going to be there. And everything he said today, I know, is genuine and real. And that takes courage, dog. I know it's nervous being on these podcasts and sharing your life and expressing yourself and talking about your highs and your lows, but I really do appreciate it, and I know that somebody out there is going to hear this episode and it's going to make a difference for them. Or they're going to hear it and go, I don't know what these two motherfuckers talking about, but I know my cousin will definitely benefit from this shit, or whoever. That's the whole goal, is to reach out to people, man, and to let people know, hey, man, it's okay not to be okay, right? But don't stay that way. And look, help us help you. Open your fucking mouth and tell people that you're thinking of these things. Open your fucking mouth and tell people you need help. And I say it so bluntly because I'm tired of fucking losing people. And people say, well, your language offends me. Okay, motherfucker, you know what offends me? Dead bodies and people being hurt and never being able to live again. People being sexually assaulted. That's what the fuck hurts me. So I'm sorry if my language is a little risque for you, but I'm tired of fucking losing people, and that shit offends me.
Damn.
I'm just saying, though. First Amendment, if I defend it, I shall expend it.
That was the best rant you had.
I love you, man. I really do, and I appreciate you, man. I love you, dude.
I love you too, Coach. I've been trying to get over my nervousness, but here we are.
Hey, let's do it again, my friend. Anytime, any place, any space, all around the world
Yes,
and in
sir.
the universe. If you've been listening to this episode, this has been us, me, Coach Cam, and B.O.B. Rodney. And guess who we're sponsored by, everybody? Y'all want to know? Nobody, baby. That was Keith Sweat. We sponsored by nobody. This show don't make no money. This show do none of that stuff. We just out here trying to let people know it's okay not to be okay, but please don't stay that way. Whatever you're going through, good or bad, be grateful if it's going good. And if it's going bad, be gracious, because this too shall pass. Much love to you all. Rodney, I love you. I appreciate you. Thank you, bro.
Thanks for having me on. Love you too, bro.
Always, bro. One team, one ugly ass fight. That's what we call this thing called life. Like it or not, we all we got. We have been brought to you by the First Amendment, and we are sponsored by nobody. All right, I'm stopped. All right.